Welcome to the So I Heard podcast hosted by Tiff and Dan. This is the ultimate eavesdropping adventure through the streets of Toronto where Dan and I take snippets of overheard conversations and run with it. We have no idea where this is going, so come join us. Every time we say that So I Heard prompt, we'll be jumping into a new overheard snippet of a conversation and trying to figure out what those folks were trying to say.
November. It's been a chatty month.
I mean, the weather's getting cooler. It's cuffing season. People are just, ready to talk away and try to figure out how they're going to stay warm, I guess.
I think cuffing season's a good thing to bring up. Lots more people, trying to be extroverted, talking to new people, new partners, new animals.
Yeah, new friends, new enemies. Ooh, also a good time to have a good little enemy, a little fight with, just keep things fresh because there's nothing else to do in the winter. It's also daylight savings, fall back for fall, right? That's the way it goes.
Yeah. Everyone loves saving time. Get an hour of sleep back, get more time to listen to this podcast.
November is really all about saving. It's also Black Friday, saving money, saving your soul. Also, All Saints Day, November 1st.
Yeah.
What else goes on?
American Thanksgiving.
Definitely not saving any calories or anything there. As Canadians, we love celebrating American Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it is bulking season. We are in winter now.
Yes. All right. So I heard. No, girl, I did not get the goldfish. We have pretzels.
Pretzels is better than goldfish. Goldfish is to me a child's treat.
I am quite offended. Like, have you had goldfish recently? I mean, recently I have been around a few children, all legally. But goldfish, the ultimate snack. I mean, fits my tiny little hands. And you know what? They actually have pretzel goldfish now, Dan. So you can really get the best of both worlds. Do you consider pretzel goldfish a child snack?
It's shaped like a fish. I'm an adult. I don't know. I guess with goldfish, you get the residue on your fingers to lick afterwards, right?
I don't know what kind of goldfish you're eating, but you're definitely not eating the snack that smiles back.
I'm doing enough smiling to have on my own. Pretzels for me. I'm with this guy. I like this guy's passion. We've got pretzels. These pretzels are making me thirsty.
And that's the only type of snack you should strive for. The ones that make you thirsty, both for water and for other things. People love calling men a snack. They really enjoy that. And being thirsty.
I don't know if men individually seek out being called a snack. I guess anyone could be called a snack.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's more women. I have to say I do love being called a snack. I like being snack sized.
What if not a snack? What would you want to be called?
I mean, sometimes you also do want to be a full entree. Am I right?
I feel like if I want to be called a course of meal, a nice dessert, something sweet, you seek it out after dinner. It's just a little extra.
Oh, misunderstood. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to being like a full tasting menu. Definitely at least 2 Michelin stars.
Wow. Yeah, chef. A little throwback, right?
All right. So I heard. Okay, but did you bring the dog with you this time, though?
You should always bring your dog.
Yeah, I don't know why you would not bring a dog. A dog is totally the perfect living thing to bring with you always. I don't know why dogs aren't allowed everywhere, but it's really something that I feel passionately about.
And a good question for you is a lot of restaurants and grocery stores, they don't allow dogs because the hair can get in the food. Would you make that sacrifice to have a cute dog in your vicinity?
I think that's very North American centric of us. Actually, basically everywhere outside of Canada and the US, dogs are pretty much allowed everywhere, including restaurants.
I feel like I would do well in a non-North American city. I love dogs. I'm allergic, but I, make that sacrifice anyways.
Oh, just picture this. You're having your, snack-sized meal or 2 Michelin star tasting menu. Good old buddy just sitting there right beside you. He's maybe even wearing a cute little bow tie because
Oh,
you're at a fancy place, and yeah, you're just enjoying a nice meal together.
while you're describing it, the picture I got in my head, there's like the music from Ratatouille where it's and then there's the little mouse who's just like sitting in my hair. And while the mouse is control or rat is controlling my moves on this wonderful European adventure, my best buddy James Doggo is beside me enjoying the views, some cheese and some wine.
Exactly, exactly. You really should always just, yeah, bring your dog everywhere. Every situation. Let's name all of them, Dan. Um, Restaurants, we got that. Grocery shopping,
To the movies.
skydiving, yoga, hot yoga, cold yoga, medium yoga,
A bath, a cold bath, an ice bath.
open houses. I think strangers love when you bring a dog and having them shed everywhere over their house that they're trying to sell.
Yeah, I'd say like that's a good topic. I'd say if I was at an open house and it gave me an industrial vibe, I would want a Doberman right at the front just to exude strength and power of this house.
Yeah, or a really thick bulldog just sitting there, just, living, loving life, maybe eating some goldfish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like or if I'm at a butcher, I want like a big fat bulldog named Hank who's
Oh,
just
Hank.
chewing on a sausage link.
Yeah, yeah. Hank would really sell that. Dogs, again, just, we're very pro dog.
We are pro dog. We are also pro cat. You know, even though I'm more allergic to cats than dogs, I am pro cat.
I will have to say, I don't know if I would want a cat everywhere with me, but definitely dog. Pro dog.
Pro dog. And then we say to this person that didn't bring the dog last time, you're out. Not a friend of the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, clearly the two of us were animal lovers, but now I'm really kind of going with this. Like, what if you had a pet pony? I would also wouldn't be opposed to a pet pony in the restaurant with me. Why can't we all have our furry companions
Yeah.
with us while we eat? I mean, both animal and I guess humankind, if like including the furries, they should be allowed in restaurants too.
I don't know if I want furries in the restaurant. The last thing I want to see is, as I'm eating a steak, a man or a woman dressed up as a cow. I feel like that's just like the sign from God for me to become vegetarian.
And on that note, I did hear that you've overheard some other things, Dan.
Yeah, talking about Ratatouille, talking about furries, talking about animals. So I heard someone is getting married in the street with rats.
I mean, if they can cook a Michelin star meal, why not get married to them? Sounds like a catch to me.
Yeah, this sounds like, there's ageist. Maybe this is animalist, It's just like get married with animals, be it inside or outside. Live your best freaking life.
Honestly, I feel like, yeah, rats get attacked all the time, but like, you know what people love? Squirrels. Squirrels are basically furry rats. And I feel like, I mean, I'm not exactly pro rat. If a rat can cook me a Michelin star meal, then I'm pro Michelin rats. But I do think that they get a lot of hate. They get a lot of discrimination. So, you know what? Good for this person getting married in the street with rats. Although I do see here that they said with rats, not to a rat. You heard it here first, folks. The new 2024 wedding trend: rats, the best accessory. Why have flowers when you can have rats?
Yeah, just get a bouquet of rats, about alive rats, not dead rats.
I mean, it's all about personal preference. I feel like you could go alive or dead or a little mix and match. Like, you know how some people, I don't know, they let out the doves and they fly, once they people are married. Apparently that's the thing they do. Instead, you just let out just a kettle full of rats and they just scurry down the aisle.
Yeah, it's no longer who let the dogs out, who let the rats out. I think having so many rats, what I picture is I'm in a chariot with my partner. We're dressed in rat gray, to match our little furry companions, and these rats are pulling us through the winter solstice that is Toronto.
Oh, like a little chariot of rats. I like it. Oh, and then the rats could also. I mean, like these are obviously they're dressed for the wedding. Like I'm just telling you, 2024 is gonna be the year of the rat for weddings. We're gonna see it in magazines. We're breaking the news here first. Little rats with the little top hats, maybe a little bow tie. Oh, I can picture it already.
I'm wondering, do we know next year what the Chinese New Year sign is?
And I love that you're looking at me as a Chinese person. Like I should know this. Let's see here.
I think it'd be so funny if 2024 is the year of the rat.
It's actually not going to be. We're off by a few years. It's going to be the year of the dragon, which you could argue is a mythical rat.
It breathes fire. It can pull the chariot a lot better.
I'm sure dragons scurry.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have days where they're scurrying about.
It's what's in Game of Thrones? The Dracarys. It makes a lot of sense. It scurries. It kills people. It does Doberman things, but also breathes fire.
It's Dracarius, not Dracarys.
Sorry, I have a bit of an accent. That's what it is. So I heard a classic, not too wide, not too narrow. I don't like it too narrow.
All right, Goldilocks. I didn't know that you were so strict on the width of things, but that's why they do call it a classic. You know, I myself also like doorways. This is what I think that they're talking about that aren't too wide or too narrow. Like, who would want a narrow doorway? Like, you need to be able to fit someone running through, flailing their arms, or you got a lot of groceries with you. You're holding someone's hand. You're with your dog. You're with you have a kennel full of rats. You're trying to get to the wedding venue. I don't know. You need to have a classically sized doorway, which I'm sure there is a standard for.
Yeah, a classic doorway probably means that you've got a lot of money. With Toronto rent prices, you're living in a north of 400 square foot property. You've got that wide doorway to do one trip for your groceries instead of several if it's a very narrow doorway. But this could go many ways. This could be not just talking about doorways, but presumably very explicit things.
Oh, like a sexy cookie. I don't know why my head went to cookie, but I think I just heard the word classic and like I don't know. I also would not want a too wide or too narrow cookie. Like you want a little crisp little bite to that cookie. But you don't want it too wide. That's how I like to describe my cookies is by their width.
It is the winter season. Some people are cutting, some people are bulking. A classic could mean it's just right. You are Little Red Riding Hood. Maybe I'm getting the wrong fairy tale, but this bed is just right. Definitely the wrong one.
I did say it at the beginning, Goldilocks. Um, yeah, I mean, what other classics are there? I don't know. I think for sure we hit the nail on the head with this one. They were definitely talking about doorways and sexy cookies, not ugly cookies, not boring cookies, definitely not Christian cookies, but sexy cookies.
Can Christians not be sexy? Is that what we're putting down?
I don't even know if Christians can be cookies. Like, what would count as a Christian cookie? As soon as I said it, I realized that there could be a Christian cookie, and I thought of one that I won't say here. We're gonna say a little kosher because kosher is totally a Christian word.
Kosher is sexy too, so that's very classic of us.
Yeah, very classic. Or let's see, a classic. Oh, a classic sausage.
Nice.
I mean, right there with your butcher shop, Dan, with that bulldog with Hank, I'm sure they only serve a classic sausage. Not too wide, not too narrow. You definitely don't want a little narrow sausage.
You don't want a narrow sausage. You bring that to a barbecue, people are laughing at you.
Yeah, you want to get your money's worth at this butcher shop. You want a thick sausage, but you also don't want it too wide. It's got to fit in the mouth.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that girth. You don't want anything that, you want to look down at. It has to be a beautiful classic sausage.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense.
I mean, classics are classics for a reason. They're timeless. Who doesn't love a good classic sausage? Doorway. Sexy cookie. I could not emphasize more that we're only talking about sexy cookies here.
Sexy cookies, sexy doorways, sexy sausages. A classic. You'd bring it to a barbecue, people would love you.
Sounds like people on the streets of Toronto are just off to a great start with cuffing season in November, having some great conversations, really gonna get things moving along.
And with that, Finn, thank you.